Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Marty, my sweetness. I hope you're feeling better. Hi, not my real name. My Gamecock Jenny, my Wisco gal. How are you? I am here this morning. I got up. I felt good. I said, okay, let's do a morning live because there's some things I forgot to discuss when I was live the other morning. And I'm glad I did because now there's more information out there. But can I just start off with the fact that Kim and Croy, Behrman, Real Housewives of Atlanta, the house was sold at auction. The sheriff had to go and remove them. And, now that, they called off their divorce, um, then is back on again. Hi, Chantel. And now they're fighting over custody. They have an agreed custody where they share custody two at a time. Croy went to court last week. Was it Friday? Friday, and stated that Kim is a tormentor. She is not really a good mother, and that his kids are suffering in school. Well, one of the kids are having a hard time in school, and she's forever pulling them out early. Now we know that Croy is now, or what is he? He's a sales representative or senior sales of construction equipment. So he's got a real job now. And when Debbie and I talked about this before, we thought that they called off the divorce because they were trying to get a reality thing to show them going through a divorce. I guess that fell through. But now they're having ugly custody battle going on. And I find this so damn funny. I do, because she's supposed to be dating Tom Hanks' son. Wasn't she supposed to be with Tom Hanks? Chad Hanks? Wasn't she supposed to be with Chad Hanks? Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention. I think it's funny. So I caught a little bit of it. Then Perez talked about it a few days back. And I forgot to discuss that when Debbie and I went live. But okay, we have that. Now, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on IG about 30 something kids, and Amber brought this up yesterday. 30 something kids. Yeah, she's batshit crazy. They all are. Croy was a wholesome young man, wholesome. And then he got involved with Kim. Okay. That shit was crazy. But they're saying that the news about the missing kids, and let me just show you guys this because I went looking. Amber mentioned it. Now, I had been hearing it on TikTok and stuff like that. And, you can only take so much, you can only believe so much you hear. You know, no one's talking about the 30 kids that are missing in Virginia. They went missing since August 1st. No one's talking about it. No one's talking about it. So, started looking and I found this. So let me see. As I was messing with my Canva, I'm having fun with all my new things I can do with Canva. Here we go.
You've likely seen these videos on social media claiming there's been a mass abduction of children recently reported missing in Virginia. I'm Kelsey Jones, and as we've reported, state police say that's not the case. But I'm
No,
still
not the
diving
ice cream
deeper to
truck one.
learn why these
Haven't found that
cases are still a cause for concern. This week, Virginia State Police shut down rumors that
one. Hi,
recently
Robin
reported
Hood.
missing
Good
children in
morning.
Virginia
Welcome.
are the victims of a mass abduction scheme.
When there's information out there that's not necessarily accurate, that's not helpful for, for law enforcement, for parents who are looking for their children.
What is true is that nearly 100 kids were reported missing to law enforcement agencies across Virginia from August 3rd to August 9th, according to the National Center for Missing.
So while the story, the way that, good morning, health, wealth, and hope. Good morning, sweetie. While the story that they were propagating is not all the way false, there are missing kids, okay, whether it's 30, whatever, they're still missing kids. So I'm like, okay, so what is true? So here we go. Uh,
According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, 91% of their unsolved cases are usually endangered runaways. They often see a spike in these cases in the spring and summer. Limi Kang Sofer with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children say while the recent mass
yes,
abduction
Rob,
theories are
across the
false,
state of
it doesn't mean children who run away aren't in danger. And it also doesn't mean they don't deserve the attention of law enforcement to help find them.
They're at risk for recruitment into child sex trafficking. They face a lot of dangers on the street.
According to state police, local law enforcement departments have 2 hours to report a missing child case to state police once they receive it. But only cases when an abduction is suspected get an Amber Alert. But just last year, the Cody Alert launched in Virginia. It's a statewide alert for missing children who police considered endangered children, even if an abduction is not suspected. Delegate A.C. Cardozo wrote the Cody Alert law in honor of a Hampton boy who went missing and is presumed dead.
Bigsby.
There was no
Cody Bigsby. Remember, I covered Cody. This young boy was supposed to went missing. He was 4 years old at the time. He went missing from Newport News. The father woke up and he wasn't in the house. Now, the brother testified this past summer that the dad beat the shit out of that little boy. And then they still haven't found Cody's body. The dad is now in prison. But the little boy testified that the dad had beat him and he couldn't wake him up. Then when they woke up that morning, Cody was gone. The news guy said it was a mistake by the local news station. A mistake. Okay. So Cody Bigsby is someone I have followed since before I moved to the state of Washington. Good morning, Ann. Driving, girl, be careful. Good morning.
Amber Alert for him.
We don't want to waste time. We want things to move very quickly because generally if someone's been missing more than 48 hours, the chances of finding them dramatically lowers.
State police have issued 25 Cody alerts this year. All of the children were found. Most of the 7 cities call for a search when taking a report for a missing child. It's up to each police department to decide how far they go to find them. In Norfolk, I'm Kelsey Jones, WTKR.
Okay,
News
Norfolk.
3.
Okay.
And following
through
on missing people is a cause that we have been committed to covering here at News 3 for years. You can go to WTKR.com to see where we have our links to see unsolved missing children cases across Virginia. It's coming up on 20 after 5 now, and we will be right back.
And it's all on Facebook too. So
a woman says she drove
a kid that's missing, but I don't want to discuss this story yet. The story I want to discuss is this little boy that went missing out of what is it called? Yucaipa, whatever. But I want to show you guys.
A desperate search tonight for a 7-month-old baby boy. His mother says he was kidnapped from a Big 5 parking lot in Yucaipa. The mother.
I'm going to call bullshit. When I first heard the story, I said bullshit. A Big 5 is like, oh my God. What do you call those other stores? They all in Houston. I'll think of the name. Bullshit. There's cameras all over the place. But I want you to pay attention to her eye. She said, now, this is the same day that supposedly she was decked and her son disappeared. Hi, Glam with Kimberly. And her son disappeared. That black eye is days old, okay? Let's go. I call bullshit on this story. When I first heard it, bullshit. Let's listen.
Saying she was changing baby Emmanuel's diaper when someone attacked her and took off with the child.
Tonight, an investigation is underway, but no description of the suspect has been released, and it's unclear if any surveillance video exists. Sarah Welch has the latest developments from Yucaipa.
Sharon, Micah, that is one of the big questions. There doesn't appear to be any security video pointing at the parking spot where the mom was at. And tonight, Investigators tell us they have no suspect or vehicle description, but they continue to review security footage. Meantime,
No, not Dick's. I'm going to tell you because it's a flagship company, and I'm trying to think because they were used to be two stores together, and then they separated them out. Odd Lot, Big Lots. That's what it is. Odd Lot, Big Lots. That's what it is. And there are cameras everywhere. She just happened to be in a spot where there were no cameras. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. My sister just sent me a message. Hold on a second. I discussed that yesterday. Mayor LaToya Cantrell got 18 counts. It was Saturday. 18 counts. I discussed it. My sister said hi. She's listening. And my other sister just sent me a message too. Okay. I have to check that out.
the parents are begging for their baby's safe return.
It's just a baby.
Fake ass fuck. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Fake. Fake, fake, fake. We're going to find out that he has a fucking criminal record and he's been a danger to a child before. Fake, fake, fake. I'm telling y'all this is fake.
Come back, please.
A desperate plea from the parents of 7-month-old Emmanuel, now missing for more than 24 hours.
He was wearing a black onesie with a Nike swoosh on him.
That's what Rebecca Harrow says her baby was last wearing when she says someone snatched him out of...
She's trying to sound out of breath. Hi, Sarah motherfucking Z. Hi. She's trying to sound so out of breath. She sounds like Lisa pretending to be sick with a cold or a flu. Then she needed some feminine hygiene products and all this other shit. And you too can be a sponsor for $20 an hour to Lisa Richard, okay? And I hate when people go, Lisa Richards. Her name is Lisa Richard. There's no S on the end. I'm sorry. Okay, let me go.
For pickup in this parking lot in front of Big 5 off Yucaipa Boulevard in Yucaipa.
I was gonna get the diaper and somebody said hola, and I didn't see nothing since.
Harrow says the bruise below her eye is from someone punching her out as she began to...
Now, let me tell you about that eye. Told you guys I fell down the stairs before. I had bruising. I was sore. The discoloration and stuff didn't come in for at least 2 to 3 days. I have rolled my ankle. It was swollen. The sweat, the color didn't come in for 2 or 3 days. Okay? That black eye is fucking old. Watch when the camera get on it.
Change her son in the back seat of her pickup.
I woke up right here on the floor,
Shelly Ray.
and I didn't see Emmanuel.
She says she looked around her vehicle and then ran into the store searching for her son and called 911. The assault happened so fast, Harrow says she wasn't able to give investigators a description of who hit her.
Everybody came, the dogs, helicopters.
The couple live in Cabazon but say they were in Yucaipa because their older son had football practice at a nearby park. And Harrow says she drove to Big 5 Thursday night to buy him a mouth guard.
Because her other son had football practice, whatever, to get him a mouth guard. Okay? Normally they supply those, but if you miss it, she's lying. That eye is old. Old.
Emmanuel's grandmother.
They're not going to hurt that baby. That couple were just homebodies.
She says investigators have questioned the couple twice.
She can't handle it anymore. She's been without her baby since yesterday afternoon. If you have my grandson, please give it to his mom. She's going crazy. Please have mercy on her.
Many have asked why no Amber Alert in this case. The Sheriff's Department says because they have no suspect or vehicle description, it does not meet the criteria for an Amber Alert. If you have any information about this case, you're urged to contact law enforcement. In Yucaipa, Sarah Welch, KTLA 5 News.
So let's just stop that one. Yucaipa. Okay. Let's see which one. I think I want to do this one. I think this is the one I said I was going to do next. Let's look.
7-month-old missing for days. His parents say he was kidnapped from a Yucaipa parking lot. That happened on Thursday night. KCAL's Lori Perez has new information about the father's criminal background.
Pay attention to the, hi, Mike George. George, are you going live today? I have listened to your live the other night with Paula twice already because I missed a lot of it. I enjoyed that conversation.
There's no doubt with every minute that passes, fear is growing. The frantic question of where Emmanuel is now turning to, is he even still alive? As investigators say, they cannot rule out foul play.
Praying to God that he is safe, he is found. Praying to God that the family is not involved.
Community prayers for missing 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro are tinged tonight with dread as more information comes out about his father, 32-year-old Jake Haro's 2023 conviction for willful child cruelty. This afternoon, we received a copy of a felony complaint filed in Banning in 2018 that lists Jake Haro as a co-defendant with, the DA confirms, his then-wife Vanessa Haro for an incident on October 12, 2018, involving a child referred to as Jane Doe.
Willful child cruelty. Yes, please do. Willful child cruelty. He was charged in 2018 with his then wife, Vanessa Haro. Who?
Haro served 6 months in jail on that charge. On Friday, he told us he and Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca,
We have 2 kids together. We have a blended family. We have a 6 in total.
It's unclear if one of those children is the Jane Doe referred to in the complaint. We do know that in the last few days, social workers have removed another child, a 2-year-old, from the couple's Cabazon home. Riverside County investigators were back there today, but no one answered the door. This after they say they confronted Emmanuel's mother with inconsistencies in her account of what happened. She told us someone punched her and took her baby as she was changing his diaper in a Yucaipa parking lot Thursday night.
And I couldn't even turn, and I was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child.
You got up off the floor, not off the parking lot. You were leaning in the truck to change your baby's diaper. Someone walks up to you and says, "Hola." You turned around. They punched you. You would fall between the door and the floorboard. She said she got up off the floor. The floor. Did the husband or the boyfriend, whoever he is, punch her? Did he? Because that mark was not made on that day. That was not made on that day. Same day that they showed up when the baby went missing, that eye. I want to know if they have footage from the night before inside that store that shows her eye looking like that. That's what I want to know. If they have footage of her in the store getting the mouth guard, and if her eye looked like that.
Someone took him from me.
Investigators say she and Emmanuel's father are no longer cooperating. Teresa Garone lives near the Haro family.
You never know, like, what your neighbor, anybody, you never know. It's sad just to think about it. It's really sad.
We also have new information. Jake Haro was possibly headed back to jail for violating his probation in that child cruelty case. Court records show he was due in court next month after getting charged last year with owning or possessing a firearm and ammo as a convicted felon and narcotic addict. The Sheriff's Department is now labeling this a critical missing child case instead of a kidnapping as they continue to look for Emmanuel.
Critical missing, not kidnapping. They know the parents are lying.
San Bernardino, I'm Lori Perez, KCAL News.
Yes, hit the like button.
6:33 right now. There are several new developments.
So
6:33 right now. There are several new developments in the search for this missing baby boy. Now, his mother first told deputies that she was attacked and that her baby was kidnapped from a parking lot in Yucaipa. But now,
Sarah, I'm going to need you to curse people out to hit the like button, please. Please, could you do that? She has bruised
Investigators say she's
knuckles,
not been able to
too.
keep her story straight.
Ooh, I didn't-
NBC4's Lauren Coronado was live in our newsroom with how deputies are responding this morning.
Lynette, a spokesperson for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, tells us the couple's 2-year-old was taken by Riverside Child Protective Services over the weekend. And just last night, detectives were at the family's home in Cabazon. This was just after 7 o'clock last night. Witnesses say they saw detectives talking with the missing baby's father right outside the home. Also last night, as the search continues for 7-month-old Emmanuel Haro, community members came together for a vigil demanding answers. This was at Big 5 Sporting Goods in Yucaipa, where Emmanuel's mother, Rebecca Haro, says she was attacked in the parking lot Thursday, knocked unconscious, and woke up to find baby Emmanuel missing. Our team spoke with Rebecca Friday.
I don't remember nothing. I got up.
Did you see the bruise around her mouth? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. See that? Isn't that a bruise there too? Is that a bruise right there? This is when the child went missing. No, honey. No. This is old. There is no swelling. This is when your bruises are setting in, the swelling's going down. I know. I have fucked myself up. Went down my stairs. Fucked up my whole left side. Busted my eye on the corner. I had to get adhesive glue. It was swollen. 2 to 3 days later, that's when the coloration came in. I was black, blue, yellow, green. I was a damn flag. And I was still going to the store. And hi, sassy neuro girl. And my nephew said, Auntie, I can't believe he whipped your ass like that. I was like, oh my God. We were in Steinmart. I could not believe my nephew said that, knowing I fell down the stairs in my house. But no, girl, you're lying. When I rolled my ankle, swelling was profuse. It was huge that night. Still huge. The day or so later, you see all the discoloration coming in there. She's a damn liar.
Nothing. I got up off the floor and I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
No tears.
Rebecca has not spoken publicly since,
tears.
and apparently she's not saying much to detectives either. A spokesperson for the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says last week...
Doesn't she remind you of Susan Smith? Doesn't she remind you of Susan Smith? All trying to hyperventilate, trying to make herself seem worried. Girl, you did something to that child. You are your husband. Look at that little girl looking at her. Look at that little girl looking at her like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what you did. This is sad.
Detectives confronted Rebecca with inconsistencies to her initial statement, and she declined to continue with an interview. Now, a national children's advocacy and violence prevention group says it's calling off its search for the baby and pulling its reward offer. This after Rebecca's story began changing and after Emmanuel's 2-year-old sister was removed again from the Haro home by CPS. Of course, if you have any information about where the baby is or if you saw something at Big 5 in Yucaipa last Thursday, police want to hear from you. Reporting live in the newsroom, I'm Lauren Coronado.
That Lauren Marie sent me a message about, I said, oh my God, yes. I said, I forgot to cover that. I said, I didn't, and she was saying the same thing I was saying. I don't believe her story. She said that black eye is old. And I was like, and that was one of my statements to her. I said, I don't believe it even with that eye, because that shit is old. And yeah, this is crazy.
Auto for Today in LA.
All right, Lauren, thank you for that.
Oh my damn. Okay, so I wanted to show you that, but this story is still developing. I want to know what's going to happen. Now, have you guys heard the case about the missing California mother and her infant in San Joaquin, I think it is? Well, they found them.
Breaking news from CBS 13.
That breaking news tonight, the bodies of a Sacramento mother and infant daughter who went missing just over a month ago have been found in a San Joaquin County canal, according to family. That mother and daughter, Whisper Owen and 8-month-old Sandra McCarty, went missing July 15th. Here is a map showing the location where they were last seen in Atwater and the location today where dive teams discovered their bodies near Escalon. It's a tragic ending to a story we have been following now for weeks. Good evening. Thanks for joining us for the CBS 13 News at 5. I'm Steve Lard. Your reporter Esteban Reynoso is in San Joaquin County with this discovery and what family is saying about it tonight. Esteban.
Well, Steve, right now, the San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office is still looking into exactly what happened here. However, a crew member with one of the recovery dive teams told me that they believe that Owen had taken a wrong turn, ended up on top of this canal where I'm standing here, and unfortunately backed into the water. And that's where this recovery team, as well as officials, ended up finding Whisper Owen along with her 8-month-old daughter, Sandra. Though they say after just 10 minutes of searching, of these volunteer dive teams searching near the bridge over this canal, the team found a car matching the description of Owen and called the sheriff's office. That silver 2006 Chevy Trailblazer matches the description of the one Fresno County authorities say belonged to Whisper Owen. Owen and her 8-month-old daughter Sandra were reported missing back on July 15th, and surveillance video showed the two traveling from Fresno in that same car. The family say they reached out to volunteer and private dive teams to help search for Owen at a location where authorities recently pinged her cell phone as her last location. They say they reached out after pleading with local authorities to continue searching the area. That location was right along the San Joaquin County border, just off of Jackson Road near Escalon. Those dive teams found a car and called 911.
It means that we can start finding some way to move forward. To accept this loss. She has other children that have to find a way to move on without their mother and without their baby sister. And we have a very big family, and she was a big part of it. She kind of held us together, you know, and she was the connection. My dad would call me, "How's your sister?" My brother would call me, "Hey, where's Whisper? I haven't been able to get a hold of her." Everybody communicates through her and for her, and she was the glue. And without her, I'm afraid just to know what is going to happen.
And then we know new tips that they came to him. They were able to come back and say, "Hey, I think that we know pretty much where the car is, and can you come and help us with doing the diving?"
Our office responded and our dive team has responded, and they did locate one adult in the vehicle and one infant in the vehicle.
Now, that adult and infant family telling us is Whisper Owen and her daughter Sandra. Officials are still working on finding out exactly how Owen ended up in the water. There are tire marks that drop off going into the canal, and it is unknown at this time if alcohol or drugs at all played a factor. Now, the medical examiner's office for San Joaquin County will later reveal the identities officially as well as the cause of death in this. The family told us, however, they are upset. They feel like local authorities didn't quite search this area hard enough. We know that there were authorities that were out here that searched in the water as well as the surrounding areas. They feel like a little bit more could have been done, but now they're saying that at least now they have their closure and now they can bring them back home. Steve.
Painful day for the family, and heartbreaking to see that video of the SUV pulled from the water there. You mentioned off the top there that it looks like she may have made a wrong turn, but I'm wondering in your conversations with the Sheriff's Department, are they saying anything at all about ruling out suspicious activity in this situation?
Well, as far as I know, Steve, they're not necessarily ruling it out. However,
I think this was an accident. Hi, Party Rock. I'm sorry. Hi, Party Rock.
Something that they say will come out of this investigation. They want to know exactly what happened, what led to this. They're going to kind of go through that timeline of her travel from Fresno on her way potentially to Sacramento with her infant in the car. And that's something that they say they need to figure out, of course, to see exactly what her path was and what ended up having her in this water here.
All right, Esteban Reynoso live tonight on this tragic discovery in Escalon. Thanks for that, Esteban.
Just wanted to bring you that latest update on that one. We've covered everything there. We've covered the missing children, but now we have another one. Right. So we reported her baby missing. Well, matter of fact, I'm going to hold that one off for a minute. This woman reported her baby missing. No, baby wasn't missing. She killed that child. Now, this is what I wanted to show you. When you go to jail and you You know, when you go to jail for abusing a child, this is what I want to see happen to you. This is what I want to see happen to you. Seriously, this is what I want to see happen to you. So, here we go.
First at 10, the stepmother accused of torturing and killing 8-year-old Genesis Mata is attacked while in custody. Tonight, the inmate accused in that assault sits down with Eyewitness News, telling us why she would do it again. Thanks for joining us this evening. I'm Rochelle Murcia.
And I'm Michael Patterson.
Now, they let the cameras go into the jail to talk to the inmate that attacked that young girl's killer. I was like, well, damn, this is some good stuff.
Today, Eyewitness News reporter Michelle Roldan spoke with that inmate at Lerdo Jail to find out what prompted that alleged assault and why the community is showing support for her. Michelle.
That's right. Anita Doran, the inmate accused of assaulting Bustamonte, spoke with us today from Lerdo Jail. She shared with us how Genesis' case felt personal to her and that she would do this again.
In honor of every child that's ever been hurt and by people that they're supposed to trust and that's supposed to just love them, I would definitely do this again.
She whipped her ass.
When you're faced with someone that's gross and has no remorse, you kind of don't want to deal with it because you don't want to take it to where you want to take it to.
Anita Duran is accused of assaulting Graciela Bustamonte and is currently facing time.
She's looking under her over her glasses, looking inside to you tortured and killed that child. They should have took your ass completely out.
They're pleading no contest to reckless evading a peace officer and taking a vehicle without the owner's consent. She tells me she and other inmates had heard of the abuse Genesis Mata went through at the hands of Bustamonte, and they did not want to be near her. Duran said most women in the jail avoided interacting with Bustamonte.
There was another woman that she was talking to about her case, but no one really wanted to deal with her when we found out how gruesome the details were of what she did. Some of the girls had seen her not taking it too seriously, as what they said. She had come back from court and she was laughing and giggling and stuff, and they were just like, what's funny?
Bustamonte is currently facing multiple charges including first-degree murder, torture, and child abuse related to Genesis Mata's death. Duran told me this case was not just personal to her because she has a cousin named Genesis around the same age as Mata, but also because she herself was a part of the foster care system and witnessed abuse.
When it comes to the foster system and the CPS system, we got to get these kids. It's really serious what's going on with these kids when they go to school and they feel like no one is there for them, and they're turning to teachers that are seeing marks and bruises on them. This is really serious. This is really an epidemic that's going on with kids, and it's disgusting, but something needs to be done.
Beyond Duran's call for action, earlier this month, Mata's family and other community members gathered outside Kern County Human Services, demanding an investigation into Child Protective Services and justice. After the assault report was released, Duran's commissary account was maxed out by community donations, but it's still not clear if that's related to the assault.
Hold on.
I just heard about that.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Okay, you weren't seeing it. Okay, hold on.
Not clear if that's related to the assault. After the assault report was released, Duran's commissary account was maxed out by community donations, but it's still not clear if that's related to the assault.
I just heard about that, so I was surprised. Thank you. I'm very surprised. I didn't know that was possible.
I asked Duran if she believes what she did was necessary in seeking justice for Mata. She told me she wanted to confront Bustamonte and felt her own actions were justified.
I can't really go into details, but I seen her on the phone and I just proceeded to make actions.
According to the sheriff's office, Bustamonte was taken to the hospital on August 8th following the attack. She's now back at Lerdo Jail.
Oh, they gon' fuck her up again.
Genesis Mata was found dead in a motel bathtub on August 2nd. Bustamonte and Mata's father, Ray Mata, are charged with her murder. Both pleaded not guilty. They are scheduled to return to court on October 16th.
So this is a mother whose nonverbal 12-year-old is missing. This is about kids this morning. I had another one that I wanted to show you too, and I have to remember where I put it at. I'm looking for it right now.
Encontrado, lo tenga. Primeramente quiero pedirle que por favor me lo cuide, me le dé mucha comida.
This is weird. Something's going on with YouTube. Every time I click off.
So all what I want to say right now is that I just want to tell anybody that if you have my child, to just please feed him, give him a lot of food, take good care of him. But most important of all,
make sure give him a lot of food and take care of him. Okay? So I'm telling you right now, I think the police just issued a warrant for that husband and wife. That's what I'm looking for. A news update just flashed across my screen.
Return them to me. That's exactly what she said. Yes.
All right. Can you raise your question?
Yes.
Walk us through how your family is feeling right now. You know, he's just a child, 12 years old, nonverbal. How's you all been dealing with it?
¿Cómo está sentido usted, tu familia, con desde que él desapareció? ¿Qué es los movimientos que estamos haciendo?
Bueno, desde que él desapareció.
Since he disappeared.
Yo como ya no sé, ya saben, yo me di cuenta hasta las 10 de la mañana.
As y'all know, I wasn't aware until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Desde las 10 de la mañana yo empecé a llamar a la policía.
Since 10 o'clock in the morning, I started calling the police.
Sin embargo, la policía nunca, a pesar de que les expliqué que el niño era un niño especial, necesitaba su medicamento y que podía andar desnudo, la policía nunca llegó a mi casa.
Even though I called the police and I told them that I have a special needs child, that he's 12 years old and that he may be naked and that he's missing, the police never showed up at my house.
Hasta las 4 de la tarde que yo fui a
oh my God.
Until at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where I was brought to the police station to make the report.
Entonces, hasta entonces empezaron a... Bueno, fui a la estación a las 4 de la tarde.
Well, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I went to the police station.
Mas, sin embargo, nadie se apareció hasta ahí por las 8 de la noche.
Even though I showed up at 4 o'clock in the police station, they showed up at my house at 8 p.m.
Do we think ICE is coming for her? Do we think ICE might be coming for her? Girl, that is not a bra. I have no idea what she has on, but that's barely hanging on. I am sorry. That is barely hanging on.
Después de eso, quien se ha encargado en estar en contacto conmigo es el
boulder holder. Oh, bad.
And ever since then, who's been in contact with me on a daily is Detective Bravo.
Y pues aquí con todas gracias a la ayuda de toda esta gente.
So this reminds me of Sebastian Rogers.
With the help of all of our community members, I'm very grateful for the work they're doing.
Bueno, pues lo único que sé es que se ha buscado el niño y que dicen que por aquí ya está descartado. Entonces yo tengo la esperanza de que mi niño siga con vida, que alguien lo tiene.
The police has searched this area, and from what they're telling me is that they have cleared some of this area. So I still have hope that my son is with someone, maybe alive, and I just want them to return my child.
Shelly.
Please just return my baby.
Mi bebé no habla.
My baby don't talk.
Si alguien lo tiene, mi niño, que no tenga miedo.
If
mi niño no habla, no lo va
a Okay, let me just stop this for a minute. Yo, she needs a boulder holder. She can't control them. They want to be here. Chantel is hearing the song, I Want to Break Free. Aesop's, I have no idea what's happening. But when I first saw this, I was like, is this another Sebastian Rogers situation? This is an autistic child who's nonverbal, but I think Sebastian was able to speak and he was in school and everything. She doesn't look like a distraught mother. She said he'd been missing since 10 o'clock. She started calling the police, but you didn't go to the police station till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then the detective didn't come until 8 something that night. This whole shit is bugging the hell out of me.
If somebody has my child against their will, don't worry about it. My baby can't talk. He can't identify you. He will never say who you are. Just return my baby.
He looks shifty.
How, if someone sees him What should they do?
Well, he's nonverbal, but he can hear. I know there's a lot of news that said he's not, that he's deaf. He is not deaf. Brian can hear. He'll bang on things. He will respond. He will walk to you. Because he's going to school, the school calls him Brian V. So he answers. He will walk to you. He'll probably hug you and try to climb on you and things like that. But he's a
Woo!
very happy
She
child.
doesn't seem
Very,
distraught.
if somebody has him, he's very imperative, but he's a loving child.
And I know this is an incredibly difficult time for you guys. We're several days out now. Could you just kind of tell us, what's going through your mind right now?
¿Qué está pasando por tu mente ahorita? Sabemos que son 4 días y es bien difícil.
No puedo explicarlo.
I cannot explain to you.
No puedo,
I'm coming
nadie
out.
puede
Oh my God.
imaginarse lo que yo estoy viviendo.
Nobody can imagine what I'm going through.
Oh.
Solo quiero mi niño de vuelta.
I just want my baby back.
Por favor.
Please.
So.
First name Mario, last name Bravo. First name Mario, last name Bravo, Bravo.
Ooh, Mario Bravo Jr.
So, the New Orleans Police Department received a call for service of a missing 12-year-old boy on Thursday. Officers began the investigation
I forgot to tell you
throughout
this was
Thursday
New
and throughout Friday morning. Friday morning, the search did intensify when we brought in our federal partners and our state partners to continue the investigation of searching this young boy. The search continued Friday, continued Saturday, and then today. Right now where we're at is we are redirecting our resources to continue looking for the young boy. We're working on all possible leads that will lead us to finding Brian. And we urge the public to continue looking in the backyards, in the sheds.
Wait a minute. That's the best one yet. You need to check our Bravo. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Looking at your video footage, because right now where we're at is that the video last captured him about this area. And we want to continue looking at video footage to see which kind of direction he kept on going. So that's why on Friday you did see a general search here, but we just urge the public to continue looking at video footage in your backyards and calling us if you see or hear anything that may lead us to finding Brian.
Damn.
Right now we are still
Where was he
looking for
going
him.
to?
And,
That was a good one.
The search is still ongoing.
You say you're redirecting your resources. Can you tell me a
Y'all
little
are
bit what you mean by that,
bad.
and also why you guys decided, what changed to make you redirect those resources?
So we exhausted all our resources, looking through all this area, looking through the water over there, looking through all this body of water here, looking through the
What do you mean
forest
you
over
exhausted
there.
all your resources? Did you use a sonar? Did you actually go looking for his body? I don't think the little boy would go into the water. He's walking. I don't know. Maybe he wanted to break free. Be quiet. Maybe he just wanted to get out the house and run around and not have. I don't know. But this is kind of
Numerous helicopters, drones, dogs came here to look for Brian, and we are redirecting our resources to look for any other possible leads.
So you said you got the call Thursday to begin investigating?
Yes.
And if you said the investigation started on Thursday?
The 7th district started.
Wait a minute. My sister just told me. Now she sent me this. She says, "I'm listening. Look up how a mayor has been indicted on federal charges, and the police she was creeping with. Look up the little autism child that they are looking for that left the house with just a diaper on. Love you too, sister. So he left the house with just a diaper on. They didn't say that
Information on Thursday, but on Friday it was redirected. It was redirected to
the
us.
family said that you didn't start investigating until 13 hours later.
So the search is still ongoing. We got the call on Thursday, but it was redirected to me on Friday. So that would be a question for.
Hold on a second. They got the call on Thursday. It was redirected to him on Friday. She said she started calling at 10 o'clock in the morning. She went to the police station at 4 o'clock. The police didn't show up to 8:30. Was it 8:30 that night or was it 8:30 the next morning? What the hell? This is a missing autistic child.
Chief Gurney.
Okay. Can you touch on the concern with it being a 12-year-old? We know that he doesn't speak English or Spanish and he's nonverbal. Can you touch on the just overall concern that we have right now with him still being, we don't know his whereabouts?
Yeah, it is very concerning that he is nonverbal. He has special needs. That's why we are urging the public to continue looking at your video surveillance, to continue looking in the backyard. No lead is small. No tip is small. We need the public's help right now.
Oh my
Speaking of video surveillance, the last video that you obtained, has the family...
He had a diaper on.
The last video that was obtained?
Yeah.
I do not know the answer to that question.
Have you gotten any leads, or could you tell me a little bit about those leads?
No Amber Alert because he wasn't kidnapped. But in this case,
tell us anything about
I would think an Amber Alert, or they have to, I forgot the name of the alert that they have for disabled children. But, sorry, I swallowed my coffee wrong. I was thinking something should be able to be done in this situation because this is a little 12-year-old boy, and my sister told me he left in just a diaper. They never mentioned that. Just because he's autistic, does that mean that he can't go to the bathroom? A diaper? At 12?
So that is case sensitive, but we are working on those leads right now.
Being that, the kind of like the first 48.
Go ahead
Just one more
That's
question.
crazy.
Since the first 48, those are the most important hours during a homicide investigation. For missing persons case procedure, that is the first 72 hours. Does that have anything to do with you changing your strategy when it comes to searching the scene?
We are working very hard to look into any leads that will lead us to Brian. We are keeping our hopes up into finding Brian.
Thank you. Go ahead and give your message in Spanish. Thank you.
Hola, soy detective Mario Bravo, Departamento de Nueva Orleans. Primer nombre se escribe M-A-R-I-O, apellido Bravo, B-R-A-V-O. El Departamento de Nueva Orleans recibió una llamada de servicio el jueves por la mañana. Iniciamos una búsqueda de Brian el jueves en la noche y también en la mañana el viernes, cuando involucramos nuestra gente estatal y también nuestra gente federal en la búsqueda de Brian. Nosotros estamos trabajando bien duro para buscar a Brian y cualquier pista, cualquier ayuda que nos pueda dar, les decimos que por favor nos llamen para déjenos saber esa pista. Ahorita estamos trabajando bien duro para encontrar a Brian. No tengan miedo de llamar a la policía, por favor. Si quiere ser anónimo, también eso está disponible. Pero cualquier
with only a diaper on, nothing else but a diaper. Now this, let me see. Is this the same one? Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I think this is a new one. It flashed across my screen. I can't find where it says a warrant has been issued for the parents because they want to talk to them and now they've disappeared. I have everything set to track this damn case. Let's see.
7-month-old baby boy in San Bernardino County. We've been covering this story since Friday. Emmanuel Harrell's mother says she was attacked, and when she woke up, her son was gone.
But investigators say her story just is not adding up. And today, detectives returned to the family home in Cabazon.
That's where Karma Dickerson joins us live with new updates now on this case. Karma?
Yes, as you mentioned, I'm standing in front of a family home of the parents who reported that 7-month-old missing. Now, while we haven't seen the parents today, what we have seen is a steady stream of community members who are concerned, coming to ask questions, in some cases even leaving notes. And we've also seen investigators from Riverside County coming to knock on this door.
These are Riverside County Sheriff's deputies at about noon today. The latest law enforcement to go knocking at the home of a couple who reported their 7-month-old missing after they say he was kidnapped from a Yucaipa Big Five store last week.
This is a child's life. And that baby we need to find that baby.
Concerned and curious community members showed up to the family home today. This after a large crowd turned out last night in the parking lot where the child was reportedly last seen, holding a vigil for Emmanuel Haro, trying to reconcile what the boy's parents have said publicly.
I took him out of the car seat and I laid him on the chair.
Okay, I want you to watch this. I just want you to watch this. I want you to watch how this woman is behaving.
I took him out of the car seat and I laid him on the chair.
And I laid him on the chair. I took him out. Okay.
I had his diapers right here. And then someone said, hola.
Hola?
And I couldn't even turn, and that was just, I don't remember nothing. I got up.
Are they not saying this child is special needs? Does anybody believe this child is special needs? Or he has some type of disability? I don't believe her. Thank you, Shelley. I don't believe her. But I saw something come up that a warrant has been issued. So I need to find
Lauren, I didn't see my child. Someone took him from me.
Police officer got on the phone and let me know what was going on. And that's when I got hysterical. I started panicking.
And what law enforcement is now saying
that
when interviewing the child's parents, the mother, Rebecca Haro, was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview.
When a child is missing and he's nowhere to be found, it's just alarming. It's a cause for concern. The community needs to rise up. We need to search and we need to find baby.
I don't believe this.
The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department confirms their detectives visited the family home last night, saying as of Sunday, the little boy had not been located.
He was nice. He was cool, just a cool, nice guy.
Christina Topper says she worked with the child's father, Jake Haro. And
they're always cool. They're always nice. I just can't believe it. Okay, I can. No, the husband wasn't with her. I do believe so too, Miss Sweet Tooth J. But I do believe now he's been charged before, Robin Hood. You were in here, I think, when I played it. He was on his way back to jail. He could be on his way back to jail. He was already on probation for unusual cruelty to his child with his first wife, which the wife served a 6-month sentence for. So something is off.
2016 at Walmart. She tells us she was surprised to learn when NBC4 investigates turned up that Haro has a 2021 felony conviction for cruelty to a child and a 2024 conviction for being a felon in possession of a handgun.
This has been messing with me since I found out. That poor baby.
The Haros have other children, including a toddler.
But CPS took those kids. CPS went in and removed those kids. Nice house. Ranch style, nice. Mountains in the back, very nice.
Riverside County Child Protective Services have removed the 2-year-old from their care.
And Riverside County would not comment on why they removed the 2-year-old from that home. However, we did learn that they are the ones who sent out the county sheriff's office to knock on this door today. According to Riverside County Sheriff's Office, they were out here at the request of Child Protective Services looking for the child's parents. They did not find the parents at the time they were here. We didn't see much activity at the home in terms of on the property for much of the day, but there are now 2 cars parked on that property. Overall, where the investigation stands, we put in a lot of inquiries with the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department to find out what they've learned about what happened to this little boy and where he is now. As of late this afternoon, we have not yet heard back. Reporting live, Karma Dickerson, NBC4
So
News.
that's all. I can't
a mystery.
So that's not it. I can't find it. It flashed up and I swore I hit save, but I guess I haven't. And as you see, I'm getting ready to mention it all from the beginning because I didn't get to see it. But anyway, I just can't find what flashed up on my screen. And now I'm pissed because I swore I hit save. I guess I didn't. But we're going to see what's going on with this young child. And anything that happens during the day, I might come back live to discuss it. I'm serious. I'm choking. I actually swallowed the wrong way. And what was the other one? Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Uh, hold on. Hold on. Let me show you this one. I had that one too. What the hell? Now I'm sneezing. Y'all. And I don't have any dust in my damn house. I dusted Sunday, which I had no dust. A 7-month-old. Yep, he had a 2018 charge. He went to trial in 2021. And then in 2024, he got another charge for a felon because he had weapons. Yes, that's what they said. This is the young teen that was murdered by this guy, and now his
A teenager was arraigned in Franklin County Court this morning. Brett Mills was in the courtroom and brings us the latest.
A $1 million bond was set for 19-year-old Jordan Austin for his involvement in the shooting and death of a 15-year-old last week. The judge also ordered Austin to stay away from the victim's family, have no possession of weapons, and no future acts of violence. This stems from the shooting on Friday, August 15th, when Columbus police responded to the 600 block of Raleigh Drive near the West Columbus Georgian Heights neighborhood. Once officers arrived on the scene, they found 15-year-old Anthony Johnson suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to an area hospital where he was later pronounced dead. Johnson's mother spoke out in court today about the impact her son's death has had on her family.
My son didn't even make it to his 16th birthday. Instead of planning his birthday, we're planning his funeral. His birthday is September 2nd. He was just a boy. I don't get to see him smile anymore. I don't get to hug my son.
And a preliminary hearing for Austin will take place on August 26th. Local for you, I'm Brett Mills, NBC4.
So,
thanks for watching.
No reason why he shot this young man, and I couldn't find it. They said that they were they got into an argument, I guess, like the day before. And guys, this hurricane that's coming through Erin, and I wanted to show you this. This is Florida. Yeah, this is the East Coast. That it is Florida. I'm not crazy. Look at this. Look at this shit.
Unforgiving march through the Atlantic as the Caribbean gets soaked, the East Coast also bracing. Already feeling waves and dangerous currents, the storm fueling evacuation orders in North Carolina while pounding Puerto Rico with heavy rain and flooding and tearing through the Virgin Islands with vicious 65-mile-an-hour winds. For a Boy Scout troop from Wisconsin, a trip to the Caribbean now extended due to the storm.
It was mainly just hunkering down and staying in place.
The group went to St. Thomas on August 10th for a sailing trip, but when they got word to evacuate, no flights.
It'll probably be Friday and Saturday before we get on the plane, actually.
The hurricane now moving almost parallel to the eastern seaboard, threatening states from Florida to Massachusetts with coastal flooding as well as dangerous rip currents, which have already led to more than 60 water rescues in North Carolina's Wrightsville Beach on Monday alone.
Erin is expected to grow rather dramatically in size.
The area bracing for tropical storm force winds and up to 20-foot waves pushing water into communities. Deli manager Denise Riley says she's staying put.
How long are you prepared to be cut off from the rest of Dare County?
Probably a couple of weeks if we have to.
He's the one that you're going to see on the news that's going to be rescued. When they issue an evacuate notice, you evacuate. I told my daddy, my sister just told, if they say we're leaving, we are leaving.
The old timers here, feel like this is not going to be the big one.
Still, many of the Outer Banks under evacuation orders, beach communities getting ready during the busy summer vacation season.
And officials here in Dare County are warning people about misinformation and AI-generated images about evacuations that are popping up on social media. Yeah. They're encouraging people to go to trusted, known sources for information about the hurricane and not just trust anything that pops up in their social media feeds. Savannah?
Erin, thank you very much.
All right, we've got a trusted, known source.
Erin's going to be bad. My cousin's name is Erin, and she bad. But a lot of people, I know, like my dad, when my dad was told to evacuate during Katrina, he didn't want to leave his dogs. He had to be rescued off a levee. No, was it his roof? The first time, I think it was the levee. The second time, a helicopter. And the only thing he could complain about is how dirty the helicopter was and how his white tee got all dirty. I just couldn't believe that. I was like, you almost lost your damn life and you're worried about a damn t-shirt. So Erin is coming in. Y'all can watch, if you're on the East Coast, watch your local news there. And then I wanted to tell you guys, I watched this YouTube last night. Her name is Lacey something. She used to be on YouTube before you were being paid on YouTube, and she was showing her pregnancy, and she would do a lot of DIY videos. And then she left YouTube. Well, she left YouTube, and she came back and told her story. The reason she left YouTube is that her mother and her father were having an affair with each other. Her mother and her father were having an affair right after she had her child with her husband. I'm going to find it again. It's in my saved. I will post it on my community tab. She's going to do a series on it. And I think you guys need to watch this and what this woman went through. Now, this is a story of a young person that escaped human
Year-old young woman is free from a hotel room where she says she and a friend were forced to have sex for almost a week. A man is now behind bars accused of trafficking the victims. Fox 59's Gabriela Mirando breaks down how yesterday's rescue and arrest happened all at once.
A probable cause affidavit says on Thursday, IMPD was called to a hotel on Wesleyan Road for a welfare check. Once there, an 18-year-old victim was taken to the hospital over human trafficking concerns. Later, telling detectives she was promised money in exchange for sex.
I can't even begin to imagine what this victim has gone through.
Back at the hotel, IMPD human trafficking detectives found a second victim and 31-year-old Lovey Grace. It's unclear what happened to the second victim, but Grace was arrested on a preliminary charge of human trafficking along with drug and corrupt business charges.
The investigation is still ongoing to identify how far-reaching these implications can be.
The first victim told detectives she and the other victim had been trafficked out of the hotel for 5 days and that they had both given Grace their earned money to pay for the hotel rooms.
What we know about trafficking is that it is a psychological influence as well as physical.
Inside at least one of the hotel rooms, detectives found what they called evidence to indicate commercial sex.
Ooh.
Cocaine and marijuana were also found, which Beth White, president and CEO of Indiana Coalition to End Sexual Assault, says is not an uncommon way to make victims obey.
Control has lots of different factors. It can be physical, emotional, mental, and also through criminal activity.
The first victim showed detectives bruising of where Grace had repeatedly hit her and said she was scared to try and leave. While her road to recovery is uncertain, IMPD says her freedom from Grace is the first step in a hopeful future.
We're not lost on the fact that this can have horrible implications on somebody's life, and thankfully we were able to be a positive light in this situation and make an arrest.
Court records show Grace has a lengthy criminal history in Indiana. He's been charged in 3 different counties across the state with armed robbery, battery, criminal confinement, and more. Reporting in the newsroom, Gabriela Mirando, Fox 59 News.
Okay, so that's what I wanted you guys to see.
You thought it was okay
to get out of here. I'm going to lay back down. And then I'll get up again. I'm going to see, can I find that video when they said arrest warrants were issued. And I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but every time I click to another tab, it makes my other screen go blank. And I don't know what's going on, but I'll figure it out. Oh my God. Yeah. Too much about these kids. Now that I've been showing them, all my kid stuff is popping up. So anyway, I'm gonna go. I will put up Lacey. I think it's Jane Lacey or Lacey Jane. I'm gonna put up her video on my community tab. I have to go to my saved list on YouTube, and I'll put it in there so you guys can watch it. And I just want to say, oh shit. Okay. I thought Lisa went live. So I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. And thank you all for coming. I really, really appreciate it. Bye, guys. Have a good day.